To the upper right-hand side, we're going to be starting things off with our green Zerg player. He's having quite the run today. 2-1 Daishi, 2-1 TLO, 2-1 Mana. All in the lower bracket after he dropped to the losers bracket with an 0-2 against Petit Drogo to start the day. It is going to be, to the top right-hand side, our green Zerg player. It is Guru. uThermal, the Red Terran, he's down to the lower left representing AT Gaming. He's one of these players that's actually had a bit of a different kind of run through the bracket as well today. He started off with a win over Bly, and then he ducked down Seoul, lost 1-2 against Petit Drogo in the winners bracket, and here he is now in the losers bracket. So this is his first game of the losers bracket. Let's see if he can make it through to play against either Lilbo or Snoot in the next round of the competition. As we see, Raxcast's opening now. We saw uThermal in the Home Story Cup qualifiers a couple of weeks ago, you may remember. That was kind of the last time I casted him, if I'm not mistaken, but back then he was doing some very standard TvZ sort of builds, or the kind of the new sort of TvZ builds, which was very aggressive, kind of 16 marine drops, game after game after game. So, interested to see how he continues with this now. As we go into this, see what his kind of playstyle is going to be. He's actually been a big fan of kind of playing just pure bio lately. So that's something he's been playing a lot of, and we'll see if that's something he'll continue here against Guru, who he's just being very cautious of right now, being very respectful, just checking in case there's a proxy hatch, which is definitely something that someone like Guru is liable to go for here. Even on Dust Towers, it's something actually Guru even did yesterday in the qualifying match against, I believe, Ramelito, the Swiss Terran player from Romandi Gaming. As we do have Necessity going to arrive towards the upper right now and just going to be moving on in. Going to see that hatchery on the low ground. So very fast free bases here from Guru. Going to be playing Hatch Gas Pool with a very fast third hatch. And that's something which uThermal will identify here very early on as he goes into that CC. And we're about to see what uThermal's kind of plan is here. Looks like he's put down a factory. Well, he's placing a factory. There it is. So factory on the way. And looks as though there's just going to be some kind of reactor base playstyle with the factory as well early on. Might just be reactive marines into a Widow Mine. Might be reactive Hellions. I mean, there's a lot of different possibilities, obviously. So we'll see what uThermal wants to get up to here in game number 1 against Guru. As this Reaper going to start taking a little bit of damage from this Queen. Reaper actually hops up and just going to back away up towards the upper right hand side. So so it's going to be coming up here and looking to see what's going on. Doesn't see too much, and one of the main things he'd probably like to see is probably the gas and how much gas continue to be mined, but doesn't quite get into that sort of direction. Just going to come back up and try and keep on trading with these Zerglings here. So just trying to keep on trading. As you're going to see the grenade coming down, just pushing that Queen a little bit further away once again. Starport starts to build from uThermal, so Starport on the way up. He is reactoring out Widow Mines actually, which is a bit of a different build, not quite the go-to. So something a little bit different here, maybe a fast Widow Mine drop to apply some pressure in the very early stages against Guru now. So that's definitely a possibility, as we're going to see a couple of Lings just kind of backing away. And this Reaper just continues to sort of move around a little bit as well. So Reaper continuing to move around, and I'm just going to be seeing a Crypt Tumor just coming up towards the edge here from Guru. Reaper hops up in towards the main basin. And again, just going to be looking to see what's happening and what is going on. Grenade comes in, and I'm just going to see this Reaper kind of looping around and just exiting the main here in the next couple of moments. So Reaper's just going to hop back down to the low ground, and uThermal going to be jumping on up in towards the high ground as well, but gets taken down here. So Zergling Speed wins out, and the Reaper does fall. As you see, this group of Lingers continuing to move down towards the lower left hand side of the map. We see 4 Widow Mines in this medevac starting to come across here now. Guru, he does have a lair about to finish, so he should get an Overseer up in time to kind of work against this. As we're going to see these couple of Lings trying to come up the ramp. Marine's going to try and push this away. And as we're going to have the Lings just sort of sat positioned off to the side of the space, and here we go. We're going to see a Sport Call being added on by Guru as the first Widow Mine's going to start unloading. And just to see what they're going to connect on, as they're all going to burrow before anything happens, and well, grenades going to start going off. He actually gets the Lings there instead of the drones, as he actually lifts up all 4 Widow Mines, keeps them alive. 11 workers killed, 8 Zerglings as well, and he loses absolutely nothing. It's actually a fantastic drop from uThermal, who does so much damage here to start things off. As we do see a Spire dropping down in the back of, well, in the natural expansion of Guru right now. So Spire on the way down. We're going to see this medevac just moving over to the right-hand side here, and Widowmine's just going to be unloading in the near future. So Widowmine is just going to be coming out here in a couple of moments, and again, just looking for another drop, looking to get a bit more damage done. As we see 2 Liberators as the follow-up to this. So he's actually reacting out Liberators now, so he's actually going to have a pretty good answer to a lot of things. He's going to have an answer to his opponent's Mutalisk, and he's also going to get some good damage done as well. He's going to siege up this mineral line, and 2 Liberators are going to cover the entire thing. And Guru is not going to be able to engage these at all with what he's got right now until he gets some of his Mutalisks up. As we're going to see these Widow Mines, 1 or 2 of them should go off. Wow, only 1 in the very end, but oh, it gets a good shot off. That 1 Widow Mine has 16 kills. As we see the Liberators getting damage done. 3 kills so far in the main base, and Guru definitely falling a little bit behind to this harassment of uThermal here in the early stages of game number 1. We're going to see these next couple of Liberators coming across the map as well. We're going to siege up another couple of mineral lines. I mean, this third base here could be sieged up. I mean, there's definitely positions where a Spore Crawler can't reach the Liberator as well. It's very frustrating. As we do see 10 meters on the way, though, so uThermal, I don't think he's actually seen the Mutalisk, so has he? He has seen the Spire, okay, so he should know they're on the way, and should know that that's something he's got to begin to prepare against here sometime soon, as he has got Marines on the way up, and, well, I mean, he's got no turrets just yet. As we see the first meters coming out, Liberator's going to start cutting away, doesn't get any kills. Liberator's going to keep on running. The 4 Liberators also all going to join up together. It's actually going to be 3 Liberators that can realistically fight, and, well, it's just not quite enough, or is it? He's actually going to get a bunch of these meters. Oh, so close to killing a lot of them. He actually only kills 2. 4 Liberators go down, and that's a lot of resources lost there for you from the last few moments, which really just sort of evens up the game a little bit. As we see uThermal adding on the turrets now in each of his mineral lines. He's splitting up his Marines a little bit to help defend as well, just making sure he's not going to be in too much trouble here at the very start, as that mute is starting to come in towards the main base. You see uThermal just stimming to help push those back. I'm just going to see him continue to kind of just jump around his main, as you're going to see the mutas coming in. They pick up an SCV. Now he loses one to a now he loses one of those to a turret, though, as this drop actually does get away up to the top side. So that's something I'm not sure if Guru actually saw there. It was maybe on the very maybe just on the very edge of his vision. But well, we're just going to see the mutas kind of coming back up towards the upper right hand side for now, as we're going to see these 2 medevacs now going to be going in towards the main base in just a couple moments. They're going to be unloading in here and looking to see what sort of damage they can get done. So medevac's going to get ready to unload these Marines. Going to start fighting against these Zergons that are in position, and I mean, with 2 medevacs here, these Zergons are not going to have much of a chance at all. So a huge amount of damage being done by uThermal. We're going to see the mutas coming in now, and okay, I mean, the mutas will clean up, but not a cheap trade-off. I mean, we saw 2 mutas there before. Actually, only 1 more muta dies there, so not so bad. uThermal is pushing out onto the map, expecting the 4th base to be in this location here, not to be at the front. And so he's going to see the lack of a 4th. He'll scan, he'll see the 4th. He won't see the 4th, actually. He'll just start cleaning out some creep spreads. So, clean up with a couple of creep tumors. So, again, something done with this. Another scan. He does see a few drones moving towards that 4th base. Builds a couple more tumors, but knows that his opponent is still just kind of got a huge amount of mutas, so he has to be very careful about fighting. As we're going to see their mutas starting to come forward. One of them getting picked off there is Widow Mines. Oh my god, the splash into that group of mutas is going to do a lot, and Guru is going to start losing a lot here, as uThermal is going to be pushed back, but again, their mutas just continue to take so much damage throughout this. As we're going to see Widow Mines just splitting up and trying to help out. As we're going to see more Marines stemming forwards. Mutas again taking a lot of damage. Lings too going forwards here to try and keep on trading. Another couple of Widow Mines. Again, so many more of these mutas, just so much lower, but uThermal, he needs a few more reinforcements. These medevacs are being chased. The one with a few Marines in looks as though it's going to just about survive. A few more Marines stim to the low ground. And uThermal looks as though he just kind of overextended there the last few moments. As we're going to see him now, he should be able to defend with reinforcements as close as they are. And you'll just see another scan, just to check there's not a huge amount of Balins kind of morphing in just outside his third, just assessing sort of how careful he has to be here in the next few moments. Mutas and Lings just going to sit atop this kind of near the 4th base here for Guru now. So just collecting everything together again. We're going to see him going into +2 missile melee. We're going to see uThermal adding on a 4 to try and help against the mutas, I imagine. He's also gone back into Liberator production, although only 1 Liberator on the way right now. I mean, it's a lot of Mutalisks out of Guru, and I mean, any kind of anti-air splash damage is going to be very, very useful to help clean this up. As we're going to be seeing the Muta's just continually kind of coming in, moving away, coming in, moving away. A few more Marines just on the way out. As we do see, again, the +2/+2 about to finish up. These Marines just moving up towards the high ground. And this is why you don't generally take this base as your fourth. As, oh my god, the Widowmine starts things off with a big shot. 20 kills. All the Zerglings going down there, and this base is going to be shut down. Liberator going to siege up. Guru with the huge counterattack, but look at the position uThermal is in. He's very ready to defend against this. The 4 as well. And Guru is in a lot of trouble right now because he's starting to lose this fourth base. He's not doing any damage with his counterattack. Guru's not really teching up further either. He's got no, he's got no intentions of a hive just yet. As we're going to see, Widowmine is cleaning up a few units as they start to move on forwards here. Mutalisks trying to come forwards as well. The rocks have been knocked down so that the Grillings can't get up here to join the Mutalisks in trying to defend this. Fourth base falls. Guru has a new base just established to the right-hand side instead, but he's still taking a lot of damage, especially to their mutas. And with the position of this bio army, uThermal's having a pretty good time so far. As again, it definitely looked scary for uThermal a few moments ago when he was being chased back, and the Lings and mutas, kind of the swarm of Ling and muta, looked as though it was just going to be a little bit too much. But in the end, it was just about okay. As we're going to see a scan here, and we are just going to see uThermal just sort of sat back with this Ling Bane. I'm going to see them mutas continue to come across the map from Guru as well. So he's going to continue to come across and just looking to try and trade against these few Marines. It will end up just being pushed away to the side. Guru just asking for a second here now, as he'll take a quick pause. So Guru just going to ask to go once again. uThermal says go as well. And you're going to see the medevacs just heading in towards the main base here. So a bit of a drop from uThermal. Could be pretty nice. Now he has got to deal with these mutas which are currently running around in his main base. This is when mutas become very annoying. Mutas get to this sort of point where they just sort of start doing so much damage, kind of because there's so many of them. It's so hard to stop them. As we're going to see, Banelin's trying to move forwards here to try to defend this position, and again, uThermal's just kind of pulling his opponent around as his units trying to get him towards that main base. Finally, they arrive to push this away. Guru with a lot of drones, 84 workers to the 51. Means that his economy is very good, but he is behind on army supply, and he's about to be behind on upgrades too. uThermal is free. He'll be kicking in soon, and with that free, uThermal will be trading even more efficiently than he has been so far. As we're going to see, these scans coming down, and Crypt Tumors just being pushed back. So Crypt being pushed back right here as we're going to see them mutas thinking about where they want to go. A couple of them taking a little bit of damage. I mean, the mutas looking to once again just counterattack in towards these turrets on the fourth base. uThermal immediately just pulls away and just says, well, you know what, if your mutas are over here, there's no way you can there's no way you can leave them there without pulling them back to defend this attack, which is sort of happening right now. Staying on in, we're going to see these units begin to split on up. These Banelins are moving on forwards. Widowmine's going to get some good connections to help clean out the Banes, and uThermal, his army supply is definitely commanding here, as we're going to see another set of Banes coming in though. And uThermal needs to try and keep splitting away. He needs enough Marines left over to fight the Mutalisks, and has that happened here? I don't think it has. I think Guru just has a little bit too much as he cleans on up, and uThermal is 70 supply down. And in a bit of a tough spot, honestly. I mean, you look at this here, Guru just has so much more than uThermal right, at this point in time. As we're going to see these SCVs repairing up this plantry. I mean, uThermal held on to his fourth base, but this kind of mass meter playstyle has just kind of worked too well for Guru, and I think at some point uThermal maybe should have just tried to start adding in a few of these, few Liberators just to really help himself out in this. I mean, the start of this game was very good for uThermal. A lot of damage was done, and he just sort of let it slip away when he allowed the mutas to kind of take a bit too much control on the map and never really built up anything to kind of counteract these mutas. I mean, obviously he's playing bio mine, but these mutas and kind of en masse is what the Liberators were designed to deal with, and he's not, he's choosing not to use the mutas. I mean, it's very late hive tech here from Guru, but it doesn't really matter when he's already this far ahead. As uThermal, I mean, he's going to play very defensive and very safely. But by the time uThermal can attack again, Guru's going to have a huge bank. He's also going to have hive tech, ultras, and mole swords, but whirl. Losing a few mutas like that to Widowmines, that's definitely one way to lose a little bit of an advantage. You're going to see uThermal just getting ready to go once more. He's still down in army supply, but still pushing, still believing he can push through here and maybe get something done. You're going to see these mutas going to turn around the Widowmines burrow, and a couple of Widowmine shots will go off, and just a few Zerglings continue to push forwards. We're going to see the Marines just joining up together once again. uThermal really just rallying towards his fourth base here to try and just help things out. These mutas are going to be looking to come in towards the fourth base in a couple of moments as well, so mutas just looking to move on forwards and just going to be seeing what they can do. Missile turret just helping to push a few of those mutas away. And then muta's just going to come in towards the main base again here in the next couple of moments. So couple of supply depots just starting to go down as these turrets continuing to just do a little bit of damage here, do a little bit of damage there. Lanes and Banelane is going to be coming out. And I'm just joining up under all of these music. There's just so much for Guru. uThermal's army supply is like only 20-ish behind. It's not that bad. He's also got the free on his side, but I mean, he's got the economy of Guru to go up against, and that economy is huge, and it's just getting worse because now there's tech coming into play as well. That Ultra Cavern begin to build. You know, it's just, you know, it doesn't get any better here for Guru, for uThermal, sorry, and Guru's, you know, situation just improves all the time, it seems. We're going to see SCVs just mining away on this 4th base. A few Marines down this bottom right side. I mean, he's going to see just how many bases Guru has. He's going to be like, oh man. He's going to try and kill off Adrenal Glands. That'd actually be a really nice pick off there. He's not quite going to get it though. Maybe he did the initial damage that he did to the bin nest onto that swimming pool. He might have just about got it. And we're going to see this drop picked off again. I mean, cancelling the hatchery rebuilds it immediately. It's not going to slow Guru down much at all down there. I mean, uThermal realizing he just has to go and try and attack here in the next couple of moments. Otherwise, he's just stuck. Kind of, you know, in a position which isn't getting better for him. It really isn't, and you can kind of see now he's just going to start pushing forward through the creep spread. Just these mutas, these lings, these banes getting ready to come in once again, looking for an engage and looking to try and fight this, push this back. Another scan comes down, these lings and banes, and mutas too. I mean, everything just collecting up together as we're going to see another marine getting taken down by a couple of banes, and, well, a few more units just coming up through from the lower left-hand side, so a few more units just moving forward. So we're going to see Marines once again just cleaning out a few more creep tumors. Scan here just revealing a few of them banes. 4 going to drop on down. We're going to see a few Marines just stimming in after their mutalisks as well. So we're going to see the lings are going to stream in towards this base on the left hand side. So this left hand side base is going to start falling, and I mean, this is the thing, uThermal really isn't in a position to lose more work because he's really not in a position to go back home and defend this either, but he kind of has to because otherwise he's just going to kind of lose out on so much. I mean, Guru doesn't really care so much about these lings. He's got, you know, he can replace these. And he's actually replacing them not just with Zerglings, but with Ultralisks. So, that's one of the real problems here, you know, because uThermal is just getting into a position where he's not, he's not progressing in his own tech. He's stuck on an army which isn't able to fight against Ultras. It's designed to fight against Ling Bane Muta. It's not designed to fight Ultras, which is what Guru is beginning to get into now. As Guru going to attack forwards, I mean, uThermal still holds the army supply lead, but again, when the Ultras come into play, uThermal just really doesn't have an answer anymore, and that's going to be the unfortunate kind of situation we see in the next few moments. Is he's doing a very good job of kind of shutting down Banelanes and, you know, catching units in bad positions. In fact, he's trading very well very recently. It's just, again, the fact he doesn't have what he needs to fight against the next stage of the game from Guru, unless he right now pushes before there's more Banelanes up, etc. And he does so much damage, but he really has to, like, win the game with this army right now. These lings aren't going to do a lot. Here come the Ultras, and that's going to be one of the real problems here. Is he is going to start taking them down though. These 4s coming in from the back as well. I mean, Ultras are dying. uThermal is up in army supply. 70 Zerglings are just being made on the Remax. There's a couple more Ultras starting to go down. Their mutas in the sky, they go down very quickly as well once there's only Marines left over. The last couple of Ultras are falling. There's still just one Ultra left here, surviving just a little bit too long. For a moment or two, I actually really believed there, but it's just not going to be enough. Them 70 lings starting to stream out as well. I mean, uThermal is definitely making a case of trying to stay in this game, but he's just so far behind from the earlier engagements that he just can't quite stay in this. And in the end, it was just the Ultras. He just can't get through them Ultras fast enough. He got rid of them, which is impressive considering it's only Bio that we see here. But it's still just not enough, you know? It's still just not powerful enough as we see Widowmines going off and, well, hitting more Terran units than Zerg units right there. GG's, and that's going to be game number 1, going the way of Guru. Let's see what uThermal changes up to try and even up this series as we go into this. So, to the bottom left-hand side of the map, we're going to be kicking things off with the green Zerg player from True Esports. He is Guru. And down to the lower right-hand side, representing AT Gaming, it's going to be our red Terran player. It is uThermal. As we set up into what could be our last game of the day again, because this is going to be our last series until the NA qualifier. We will cover a bit of the NA qualifier later on as well, so we'll be back for that later on today too. So again, I mean, it's not our last game of the day, but might be our last game for just a little while, I suppose. As we set up into this. And we're just going to be seeing Rax Gas opening here for uThermal for us to start off with straight away. So Ripper Expand most likely, as we're going to see Guru just dropping down the hatchery in the next couple of moments. So hatchery coming in. What's up, Bird1 in the chat? How you doing? Where is Wardy from? I am from the UK. Hype, hype, hype. So Rax Gas here early from uThermal, and we're just, again, seeing what the kind of build order is going to be. Now, vertical spawns in this map would be really nice for uThermal to kind of push and be continually aggressive on. Horizontal spawns, I feel as though are a little bit better for the Zerg players, so kind of interesting to kind of see this, how this is going to play out. And I mean, uThermal, I know he's liked to do kind of an aggressive drop play on this map previously, and especially in these vertical spawn, or horizontal spawn, sorry, he might try and go for that drop based play once again. So we'll see what he wants to do. I mean, right now he's just kind of checking up the map a little bit with the SCV, pulling away. And looks as though he'll, I think he was just looking for the Overlord in the center, so just sort of checking to see if his opponent is in the upper right. So probably send that Reaper straight across the left hand side. So that's actually pretty cool, because if you kind of compare, he was up here when this Overlord was like here. So he would have actually maybe been able to scout that Overlord and hence kind of figure out that his opponent isn't in the upper right location. So that's pretty cool, pretty nifty, as we're going to see this Reaper continue to head across towards the lower left hand side of the map. And yeah, just going to be seeing this Reaper kind of attacking here very early. Now we are going to see the second reactor coming down and the second gas, so it is going to be that drop based playstyle from uThermal that I was just mentioning. So the idea is you go for pretty much as fast as you can off of an expansion, a kind of 60 Marine stim drop. So it's going to be a lot of pressure very early in the game, and if if Guru is a little bit too greedy, if he doesn't have Banelings up or any kind of units to help defend, he's going to be in a lot of trouble very quickly. So let's see how successful this will be for uThermal, who now adds on a factory, and we'll just add on his tech lab behind this and start up that stim pack here very soon as well. As we're going to see that tech lab being added on, so tech lab coming down, a couple of Marines popping out towards the front as well. And you see the CC on the natural is just on the way up. So CC on the natural on the way up, Reaper's still moving around as well. So Reaper just continuing to look to see if he can just do anything to try and slow his opponent down in the early stages. Now Guru here is not mining any more gas, so it looks as though so far this build's looking pretty hopeful for uThermal. As he starts up his stim, he'll start up his starport in a second, and the reactor will be pretty soon, pretty close behind this as well. So reactor going to come down. uThermal going to set up into these reactor type medevacs very soon once again. As again, I feel one of the kind of scariest things with this build is the fact that early on kind of a massive Zerglings kind of attacking can be a little bit annoying. Doesn't look to really be the case. As I'm surprised uThermal doesn't have Marines like in a better position to kind of deny Overlords from coming in here and scouting what's going on and allowing Guru to kind of prepare in the early stages of this. But it looks as though Guru's not really committing to Overlords kind of moving forward and scouting. So again, uThermal's build so far has been fairly well hidden. The medevac's about to swap onto the reactor. They're going to start coming out here. And he's going to start moving across the map with, again, a very early drop with a very early stim. And Guru still has nothing but Zerglings, or the potential for Zerglings. He's got more gas mining now, but what's he going to go into? Is he going to actually build the, is he going to build the kind of, and he's going to build a Baneling nest, so he's not going to go lair straight away, so he may have enough here to defend this. As we're going to see this Overlord starting to move forward, trying to see what's going on. You see a few Marines coming in to try and deny this scout. A few Marines just kind of pulling away to the side as well, and so Guru doesn't really see anything of value here. But he is making 16 Zerglings anyway, and does he make more than just 16? Because if he keeps making them, he might just be going for a big Bane bust himself. And it might be a bit of aggression on aggression here in the very late stages of this, which would be very interesting to see how this plays out. Because this job's already moving across the map, so the Banelings are going to morph in on the wrong side of the map, it feels. However, Guru, I think, has now seen this with this Overlord, so let's see how this goes. Marines already rallying to kind of go into this bunker. This counterattack from Guru is going to be very, very powerful, and uThermal needs to be very careful about it. He is going to start unloading in the main base. He's going to start getting some Marines out of this, and he's going to be able to start fighting against these Zerglings. He doesn't have stim yet, though, so he has to back away. There's Bane Bus coming in towards the front. uThermal loads up into his bunker. Here we go. He sees all these units. The Banes are starting to start connecting in. And uThermal, well, what does he do? Does he pull away into the main base? That's what he's trying to do. As we're going to see a few more Marines on the way out. He's going to stim once again. He's still got these Marines on the other side of the map, and that's important for him to kind of keep trying to get damage to himself, splitting away, and he's just going to really minimize the damage he takes from this set of Banelings as well, as he's cleaning up a lot of the loadings coming out from Guru, so he's doing a very good job continuing to clean out all of these Zerglings. So a lot of these Zerglings continue to go down, and uThermal's stopping reinforcements coming across the map, and so in the end, he's actually going to stabilize on his own side of the map. He's going to kill off an Overlord, and he might end up being the one who actually ends up doing more damage than his opponent. Yes, Guru connected with a few SCVs, and uThermal hasn't really killed off many drones, but he's definitely forced enough units to kind of justify this attack and justify the damage he's taken on his own side of the map as well. As we're just going to see these medevacs Marines just going to join up beneath these, just showing up on the natural, I guess. We're going to see these top medevacs continue to come over to the right-hand side as well, coming back home. I mean, Guru going to counterattack once more, but I feel with enough units out here now, with the medevacs to support, these Zerglings on their own aren't really going to be able to do very much. So all said and done, I mean, uThermal ends up in a situation where he's got 5 racks ready to go. He's ready to keep on being aggressive. So he's ready to go kind of keep on being aggressive with 5 racks. A whole bunch of Marines, medevacs in the skies as well. We're going to see one medevac loading up those Marines, a couple of medevacs loading up Marines. He's actually going to go drop. He only wants to send 1 drop out basically and keep 1 drop and some units at home to defend, I guess. And probably just wants to send the other medevac that isn't kind of low on health. So makes sense as he comes across here and looks to get some damage done in the next few moments. So medevac going to continue coming over the map and may unload here in a couple of moments' time. But I mean, a couple of Banelings in position. Guru is in a very good spot to defend against this to begin with, and uThermal might just kind of divert this medevac away to kind of become a crypt clearing medevac more so than anything else. We'll actually unload over towards the natural, and well, this is pretty nice. I mean, especially if you can target down a couple of the Banelings, he'll trade quite well against these Zerglings very easily. So the Banelings get targeted down, the Queen's going to start taking damage. The medevac survives for now. Oh, it does go down in the end though. Just the Marines get dealt with, not the best of trades in the end. Another medevac coming up towards the north side, something which these Zerglings are already on top of as well. And uThermal just going to find another location to drop these units off in, as he, again, is only on 2 bases. He's on 5 racks, and so he's continuing to kind of commit to this. He's got 1 engineering bay, but no upgrade started just yet. And, you know, this is all about aggression from uThermal and continuing to kind of trade here. But as the +1/+1 comes up from Guru, it's going to become a lot easier for him to trade and a lot more efficient for him to trade. As these Marines and these tanks going to start unloading in the main base, so a couple of Queens going to start going down, Lings going down as well. There's drop ready to come in from the north side as well, so continue to just trade around the map, and uThermal in multiple locations is having a pretty good time just doing damage so far. As we're going to see, this drop in the main is cleaned up, and to the left-hand side too, also cleaned up. And just going to be seeing these medevacs just going to back away with whatever they can. So, I mean, uThermal's still doing good damage. His opponent is down on workers, his opponent is down on army supply. The one thing Guru does have going his way is definitely just got to be that +1/+1 set of upgrades, which is going to be finishing up in a few moments. We're going to see these Marines just fighting once again against these Zerglings. A little bit more damage being done. Another Liberator coming across here as well. We're going to see a Baneling going down. A couple more Banelings waddling away off to the left-hand side. A few Lings going to run off to the right. They're going to try and come in from a bit of a different angle maybe. Kind of keep on trading over here. I'm just going to see this main army continue to push across, continue to get ready to come in towards this 3rd base in the next few moments, and look to just keep on trading as best they can. As we see Marine Stimming just going to clean up a couple more of these crypt humans, and well, Ling's just going to stream on in. More Marines coming in. They're going to keep on trying to fight this, kind of just stepping away, and we're going to see a big lift up here, and that's the kind of power of this army from from uThermal. Whenever he does get in a position where he doesn't want to fight anymore, he just lifts up, leaves, and goes somewhere else. And with the mobility of the medevacs, he can very quickly change this into an attack into the main base. And, you know, without many Banelings being here, without Baneling speed, uThermal really just does, you know, sort of outdo kind of Guru. And look at this position, actually, Satya on the ramp is actually really, really nice as well, because it limits the surface area, so them Lings taking a lot of damage once again. As uThermal will continue to rally across the map, still no sign of a 3rd CC though. And so he's kind of running low, you know, he's kind of running out of steam very soon. He has to kind of try and find a way to keep this up, which is not easy. It is not easy at all. He's got to try to find a way to kind of keep going, but he's running low on economy. His opponent has 3 bases saturated. I mean, obviously, uThermal's plan would probably be to lift one of these CCs and move across the map with it and go to a different base. But he's still fighting without upgrades, and that's a big issue as well. As he loads up once again, here come the medevac, the Middleists, and they're going to make a big difference in these engagements, and they're going to make be a big help to Guru. As we're going to see these Lings engaging. Too many Marines, a lot of tanks as well. I mean, it's still a good army from uThermal pushing across here. Is it enough to keep on to really kind of, you know, shut this game down, to really close this out, and to tie up this series 1 game apiece? Or is Guru going to find a way to keep on holding and to take this series 2-0 and move on to play against Snoot in the next round of this qualifier? Tanks going to come over, they're going to unload over here, Marines are going to start fighting, the Lings are going to start streaming on in, the Banelings coming forwards as well, as we do see these Marines just starting to split away. We're going to see them fighting again. And, well, I mean, a lot of the tanks went down, but there's no Banelings left over, and so a lot of Marines that Guru still has to fight against, and I think uThermal might just about have enough here as he continues to come in. He continues to try and keep on fighting. Liberators are going to fight in the sky against the mutas, but there's only really mutas left from Guru now. There's no Banelings on the map anymore, and I think uThermal's done it. I think he's broken Guru's third base, and I think he's going to take game number 2 and tie up the series 1 game apiece in this best of 3. This hatchery going to go down on the third, as these Zerglings trying to come in from the backside. So this hatchery is going to go down. I mean, these Marines are going to clean it up. And that's pretty much just going to be that, right? I mean, third base goes down. uThermal has finally achieved what he's been trying to achieve for a long time in this game. And that is to kind of break Guru's third base and to really just break him in this game. He is going to lose a few units in here towards the end. He's actually going to lose everything. The tank, the medevacs. The Marines will keep on chasing, so the medevacs will go down. So, well, that's a little bit scary. But, I mean, uThermal is still up 60 army supply to 35. So he's still in a significant lead here. Yes, he's now down +2/+2 upgrades, though. So, actually, I mean, this isn't over just yet. Guru still has. I mean, he's actually got a 4th base, which you can start mining from. So, yeah, actually, this isn't over just yet at all. And then Ling's running into this, though. That's not going to go too well for him. I mean, uThermal needs a couple more medevacs again. He's got the Liberators to fight against the Mutalists. Moving this CC into position over in the third base. The main base orbital obviously is what that is. And so the Muta's not going to find very much in this main as these Liberators are going to have a pretty good time fighting these Mutas. And Mutas just continue to kind of be pushed away off to the side here. And uThermal is going to be able to chase that, chase those Mutas away without taking any damage. Still ahead in army supply, but again, them upgrades definitely will have an impact on this game as these Mutas are looking around to try and find a way in which they can, just get, look to a way, pick off some reinforcements, pick off some SCVs, slow uThermal down as best as possible. We're going to see them just controlling the kind of bases of uThermal right here, and again, uThermal, I mean, he killed off that third base, but if Guru can just go and mine from another base already, what does that really achieve for him? Does it really do that much? I'm not too sure if it does, as we're going to see these Mutas continue to move away with the left-hand side Liberators, closing in behind them. As here we go, this Marine tank force is going to move out across the map, and, well, obviously that's going to be looking to see what it can get up to, too. As these Liberators just going to come out and look to see what they can get up to. These Zerglings still running around as well. The Zerglings also still running around here as the Liberators continuing to try and back away. Ling's going to run in towards the third base here of uThermal, and, well, there's not very much here to defend this just yet. But uThermal's got a big attack coming across the map. And again, is there no Banelings yet? There's only 2 and 6 more building. I mean, he really needs just a few more Banes. Would really help him out so much as we see SCVs pulling away. uThermal is not kind of pulling away with his, not turning around with units kind of trying to defend that. As we're going to see Liberators fighting against the Mutalists. Them Mutas are dead, man. They are so dead. So much damage being done. uThermal once again finding a great fight. And it is just the case where them upgrades just don't do it. The upgrades just aren't good enough against the sheer numbers of the bio army from the Terran player. As you're going to see, the Ling is still running by, still doing damage over here. I'm very surprised uThermal didn't turn some units around to try and help defend against this. He had reinforcements coming across to could have cleaned this up. And actually, that might end up losing him this game because he's losing all of his SCVs against a few Zerglings, which he refused to kind of acknowledge. And so uThermal goes down to pretty much 2-1-0 SCVs. He's going to send a drop to deny the mine up there. He's going to keep on pushing forwards. Some Banelings coming in. He has to split away right now. uThermal does not pay attention to his army. He loses it. And that is actually going to be game-changing. He could have split away. It could have been so different. But now the Liberators, oh my god, they're going to kill the last Mutalists though. So the last Mutas go down. But Guru still has mining base. He still has mining, right? Whereas uThermal has mules. He has literally 2 mules, and that is it to kind of reinforce with. 4th base goes down for Guru. That one lack of a split there from uThermal might actually cost him this game at the very end. I mean, the Mutas, they've all gone down. The Liberator, the Ling's coming in to fight 2-2 against 0-0. Guru, I think he's going to take the 2-0 with this. I think he's going to take the 2-0. I mean, them few Zerglings that he just didn't turn and fight with them Marines. He had, when the Lings ran in here, he had Marines over here. He could have stemmed in, but instead he hotkeyed them to his army, kept them moving across the map. And I think that right there is the big mistake which uThermal has made. Because them Lings, if he still had some money, he'd be able to keep on fighting to some extent, or keep on trading to some extent. But now, Guru's got all the economy. uThermal has barely anything. And, I mean, another few Lings again, especially with the upgrades as well. It just means that uThermal's army is just not going to be enough, I don't think. Coming across the map once again, just continuing to look to see what he can get up to. As we're going to see, I mean, he's going to keep on mining this one mineral patch that he has remained, but there's not much left in this. He has to move that third base out once again. And I think Guru is sort of slowly realizing that he has done this, and that's going to be a ZvZ finale to the losers bracket here in the IEM Shanghai qualifier. Guru versus Snoot, winner versus Nurchio. As we're going to see the tank unloading, we're going to see these Marines just simming forwards. I mean, again, the Lings have 2 good upgrades, and I think that's just going to be it. The meters come in, GG is called by uThermal, Guru takes it, and wow, I mean, I really fought for a good part of that game.